speaking of Mac Jones, here it is from yesterday.
Yeah.
Discussing the possibility of DeAndre Hopkins becoming the latest member of the New England Patriots.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a hypothetical, but I think DeAndre is a great player. I mean, you watch this film from, college all the way through the NFL. He's done a great job. So, obviously, we'd love to have him, but we do have a great group of guys, and we just know that we want to win. And I know that all the guys feel the same way. But I've been really pleased with the playmakers that we have on our team. Like we've come out here and really bought into the system, and that'll really show in training camp and preseason and stuff. It's sometimes hard to show that out here, but I've been really pleased with the tight ends, running backs, and all the receivers, the young guys, the old guys, like DP and everybody. So we have a good group, and definitely feel like we just need to keep growing together, and whoever's in that room, we're going to try and dominate together.
Nice to see it wasn't raining yesterday for the open-air press conference, unlike what it was doing for Kendrick Bourne. How do you get your numbers wrinkled on your jersey? How does that happen? How does your number get wrinkled?
I mean, is it like the dryer, right? Or just too much dryer? Or it's like New England, too, where who knows? They just slap those things on there and go, here you go, rookie. Here's 10. Put your red jersey on. Go play football. But I'm guessing it's the dryer. And then you throw it in, a damn sack with a bunch of other stuff. And I'm guessing that's how it happens. I don't know.
Didn't they used to do something in New England? I thought they still did it, where there's no numbers on any of the jerseys during the offseason program, so the reporters who have access don't know what the hell's going on.
They did
who's
do
out
that,
there and who's not.
Yeah, they've done a little bit of everything, right? The rookies, I believe they've had years where they don't have numbers or they have weird numbers. I feel like the last few years it's just been the rookies have had weird numbers. Right, where
like Mac Jones was number
60 or something like that, right? Yeah, something like that. But I haven't seen that. I don't feel like that happened last year, and I haven't seen it this year. So they must have the numbers on.
By the way, Mac Jones reportedly out-dueling Bailey Zappe in the offseason workouts, and it's odd that Mac Jones clearly seems to be the better option, but Bill Belichick won't say he's the guy. He continues to refuse to embrace the idea that he has a QB1 and a clear QB2. He's creating this sense of competition. I don't know how much of this is the aftermath of last year's dysfunction, and there was dysfunction.
Yeah.
It was created by Bill Belichick's bad idea. Sorry, Bill. I know you got all those rings, but you screwed up, and you know it. Your bosses said so. You never should have given the reins to Matt Patricia and Joe Judge. You know it. We know it. Let's just move on from it. But still, it created a wound to the relationship with Mac Jones. That was the starting point, and that led to manifestations of the friction and the dysfunction. And we saw it. It's basically a Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde for Mac Jones. The guy that we see at the press conference is Dr. Jekyll. When things are going sideways on the field, that's when Mr. Hyde comes out, and we saw it over and over again last year, and it was just he was at his wit's end with everything that was going on.
How can he not be?
So there it is. There it is. There it is.
Quick game sucks.
Bleep, bleep, bleep. Quick game sucks. So they're working their way through that. And when you got a kid who's in his second year in the NFL who's going toe-to-toe with one of the great coaches of all time, one of the way the great coaches of all time works his way through it is he's not going to hand him anything. He's going to make sure he's earned anything he gets in the year after they clear out that mess that they had last year on their offense.
Yeah, I think so. And in a way, I think Belichick likes it this way. I think it's a big year for them. They didn't make the playoffs. Like you said, the owner's kind of throwing them under the bus a little bit here in the offseason. The fan base is on him a little bit. He wants everybody on edge. He's on edge, so he's going to make everybody else on edge too. They didn't do enough last year to get it done. So that's usually the correction that's made in an organization when you don't make the playoffs, especially New England. New England's the type where they're on edge when they're like, we went 13-4 and we should have gone 14-3. We're a number one seed, but we should have been a better number one seed. You're all on edge. I mean, that's the way they are. That's the element up there, and I think he probably likes that with Mac Jones. I always lean back to something I told you before with like Wes Welker back in the day. Maybe he notices that with Mac Jones. Maybe he knows when Mac Jones feels a little pressure and people are talking about Bailey Zappe and, it's just you're not the starting quarterback. Maybe he feels that that's when Mac Jones, hunkers down and studies his best and works his best and has the laser focus that they expected of that quarterback position. There certainly could be that too. You can never, let that go or pass by with Belichick and the way he approaches things.
But, something we've discussed in the past, eventually I think it's important to throw your support behind Mac Jones.
I agree.
So the fans don't get confused.
Uh-huh.
Because you've got people in the fan base
They're a
who
little
think Bailey
confused.
Zappe's better than Mac Jones.
Yes, which is insane. It really is. And I'd love to go back with people and go, let's watch the Bailey Zappe games. He did some good things. I know that. But, damn, they dominated in the run game. People were wide open. It's a little overblown that way. He's not in the league of Mac Jones. He's not. But, to your point, and I'm glad you brought it there because I wanted to go there, I don't feel like the nation – the national media, we all know it's Mac Jones as a starter. But you talk to New England fans, Boston sports fans, which I know, I know some just living up there and doing that. There's for whatever reason, it's not a love affair with Mac Jones. I don't know what it is there, and yeah, they're prone to the schism at quarterback here, and there's a liking of Bailey Zappe that does make things a little uncomfortable, I think, around that organization.
Yeah, absolutely, and that is hopefully something that by the time we get into training camp, they'll make it clear that Mac Jones is the guy, just to take that off the table. Although we like a little drama, this just seems like it's misplaced. This isn't a true quarterback competition. The only reason anyone thinks it is because Bill Belichick has been reluctant to come out and say that Mac Jones is the guy, and I still wonder how much of that dates back to all the stuff that was happening last year, and there was plenty of stuff happening. Some stuff we knew about, some stuff maybe we didn't know about between Belichick, Mac Jones, and ownership maybe caught in the middle. Not as Shakespearean as what happened when Brady and Garoppolo were there and power plays were made, but still, there was some stuff happening last year that we do know about a little bit, and I do think it's left a little scar in the relationship, but they need to work together at some point, because if Bill Belichick is going to have the kind of season he needs this year, nobody else is walking through the door to play quarterback for the New England Patriots. He better make it work with Mac Jones and now with Bill O'Brien running the offense. Hi, it's Mike Florio. Thanks for watching PFT on YouTube. Hit subscribe for the latest news and analysis from Pro Football Talk.